and welcome to episode 10 of the Jurassic World podcast. I'm joined with Chris and Asees, as usual. Also joined with a special guest. This is Sean from Real Tours Hawaii.
Aloha, guys.
In Hawaii.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Bonjour.
This has been a long time coming.
It really has.
Like,
yeah, I'm 7 months, 8 months. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. It's. Oh man, I don't even know. But
that's how long we've been talking about it. And do you know what? You're our first guest. We've been meaning to have people on it, but you're our first guest.
Awesome. Nice way to kick it off, man.
It is, yeah. Directly from where Jurassic World filmed.
Exactly. You're in the heart of Jurassic World right now.
It's amazing.
Man.
I saw it all go down.
Yeah,
we got
so many people were jealous of that,
and it was pretty amazing. I mean, I don't know where. Yeah, we'll get into that, but it was pretty fun, man.
It was good. And I mean, I don't know how much of a Jurassic fan you were before sort of Jurassic World came to filming in that, but you've been following it pretty religiously since they left, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, before total casual fan. I mean, of course, like anybody else, it was part of my, growing up or whatever. But yeah, they showed up on the island, and it's been a part of my life every day since. So it's kind of crazy. It's taken over.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, I think we should just jump straight into. Let's just get through the news we've got to get through. I mean, the most important thing is the trailer.
Right,
and there's been a huge dispute over this. I mean, does someone want to kick it off? Because
I mean, if you want, I can kind of get into it a little bit.
Do it, because it makes me angry, man. It makes me so angry.
Okay, so the trailer, as we know, we've known for a long time because extras reported that they were told on set that it was going to come out in November. So for a while, we knew that November was the date for the trailer. We didn't know what movie it was going to be. We had a lot of speculation. We usually ended up on The Hunger Games because that's the big movie of November. However, as time went on, a insider on the box office forums who's had a great track record went on to say that it's going to be Interstellar. Makes sense. Interstellar is a Legendary Pictures film.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be Interstellar. I think, what was it, a week ago? Maybe a little bit longer now? Yeah, a little bit longer than a week ago. Probably 10, 15 days ago. He goes on to say that it's been pushed off of Interstellar to The Hobbit, which is December 27th. So that's a bit of a big push because Interstellar comes out November 7th. So that was a little bit upsetting. He went into detail about why that happened, and after he went into detail, it makes a little bit more... I mean, it does make sense. Ultimately, Fast 7, or Furious 7, comes out a month before Jurassic World, and their marketing team really wanted to kick things into gear and get things going because they were delayed after Paul Walker unfortunately died in the middle of filming. Not filming the movie, but he died during filming. So
yeah.
It's seen some big delays and setbacks, but it's coming out in May, a month before Jurassic World. And they wanted to get the marketing campaign kicked off. They wanted November, early November, and Jurassic World had it. But essentially, within Universal, a debate happened, and eventually Jurassic World lost its spot on Interstellar because it made more sense for them to have Furious 7 out. That way it gets a full marketing campaign time.
Which I completely understand. I think it's just the fact that we've been... I'm
waiting.
Kind of looking for...
Yeah.
We've just been waiting, and then after 13 years, and their fans are... Even though Universal didn't announce it, we were assuming with Interstellar we were going to see the trailer. It's finally coming.
Yeah.
It gets pulled away from under us. It's that's the annoying thing. I don't mind waiting. It's just the fact that we were so close.
I really hope that we do see it online in November.
I think we will.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it'll be later November because he went into detail saying the reason why they're not doing both at the same time, essentially, is because they would both cannibalize each other. Furious 7 and Jurassic World, the hype machine, because essentially, I mean, you look at it, you can only have one pinned tweet on Twitter or, a featured thing on Facebook. So when you go to Universal Pictures Twitter after the trailer for Furious 7 is released, I'm sure it's going to be pinned there for a while, as well as their featured video on YouTube and everything like that. And they probably want to allow the Furious 7 to be a featured video for a while, as well as Jurassic World. And if they both came out within a few days of each other, it wouldn't work out that way. They wouldn't.
But then what about Minions? That comes out in a few days, right?
That's a bit different, and it's going to be attached. I guarantee it's going to be attached to Big Hero 6.
Hopefully.
So Minions will be attached to Big Hero 6.
I love Minions.
I've never seen the Despicable Me movies. I know.
What?
I know. I need to get on that. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I don't think you need to get on that, Chris. I've
No,
seen
you
them and
shouldn't.
I don't
Good.
like them. I'm like, if I had a kid, I would understand. Like Sean, you've seen them.
Dude,
You have a daughter, right? So
A million times. But the second one I thought was way better. You know, they turned purple and mean, and it's pretty cool. But,
Oh, man.
yeah, I get you. But you know what? I think with the trailer, dude, Hunger Games still makes the most sense. Because what, now, if they go with The Hobbit, they're up against Superman and who else?
Batman vs Superman and possibly Star Wars. However,
Right.
So the reason why the Hunger Games isn't on the table essentially is their partnership with IMAX for Jurassic World was pretty big, and Furious 7 is a big IMAX movie, and The Hobbit's a big IMAX movie. I don't think the Hunger Games is.
Right.
Also, The Hunger Games is the only movie with a target audience that makes sense for Pitch Perfect 2, which is where that trailer's targeted to debut. However, I still think it might make sense to say, you know what, screw it, let's do The Hunger Games, because...
I honestly, I think I agree with Sean. I was saying to you the other day, I really do think it'll be Hunger Games now. If they're going to release it, if they're really trying to put it at the start of a big film this year, it's got to be Hunger Games, because now Batman vs Superman was announced for The Hobbit.
Well, and
There's
actually,
no point competing with that.
It hasn't been officially announced, but once again, I mean, you're always going to compete against other trailers. That's not really their worry. They just debut it online at a different time than the Batman vs Superman trailer, and it's fine. When people go into theaters, they're always going to see a few trailers for really cool movies. That's it's not the point. If they keep trying to be the only big trailer, they'll never be on a movie.
No.
The trick is the online debut. The trick is you make sure that you get your trailer online at a time period where it's not competing against anything. So I don't think Batman vs Superman is going to be a reason for them to stop, not debut it there. I think if it gets shifted to the Hunger Games, it's just going to be because it simply has a huge audience. I mean, I've looked at the early tracking numbers for The Hobbit, and right now it's tracking for a smaller opening than Interstellar.
Ooh. Well,
I
mean, who wants to see that?
I mean, I love Lord of the Rings. I adore Lord of the Rings, but the Hobbit movies have just... Oh, man.
They're boring.
Right? It's more of the same, dude.
And, not a good same. Like, they've bloated the CG. I mean, one of the things that made Lord of the Rings so enjoyable was it was such a palpable and believable, authentic movie universe. And The Hobbit is just bloated with goofy CG sequences, which admittedly made me laugh, but didn't necessarily make me like them.
It's not my thing, man.
Yeah.
It lost... I mean, Lord of the Rings really isn't my thing either, but I really
same.
respect and
Don't
like
like
those.
it.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I really respect them, and I love, I mean, they're epic, they're great films, they're well made. But The Hobbit is it just looks like a mess to me. It's just a CGI mess on the screen.
It really is. It's got some great actors, but...
It's like Peter Jackson almost got a bit too confident and just thought, yeah, no, fine, I'll do it. Everyone will love it.
It's not as bad.
It's the
but
Star Wars syndrome.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's not as bad as the Star Wars prequels, but man, is it similar.
I like Star Wars prequels, guys.
Yeah.
JP3 guy.
And you also like Jurassic Park 3.
Come on. The original trilogy wasn't that good anywaes. It was okay
Oh!
at best. No, I'll fight you all day on this.
All three of us.
Yeah, this is... We can't go down this path right now.
Let's go back. Look, I think Hunger Games...
Stay on target.
Hunger Games is right, because I think it's that everyone's going to go see Hunger Games. It's an amazing franchise. It's got the kid demographic, it's got the teenage demographic, it's got every demographic that Jurassic World's going to do.
It has a really strong female demographic. I think it's still skewed more female than male. I might be wrong about that. I know it shifted a little bit, but it might
That makes sense to me, yeah.
But to be fair, that's a harder to reach audience a lot of times when it comes to certain movies. So they might take advantage of that, being like, this might be a demographic that we normally won't get with this trailer. They'll still like to see the movie, so maybe it might make sense to them. It just has such huge appeal
Yeah.
And like such, I don't know, the audience, the amount of the audience that they'll be able to get to with that movie would be great. So
Yeah,
it's
and I just think, but at this point now, we literally have no idea when this trailer is going to come out. If you check on our website, we've got that the latest post is about the teaser trailer, and we've had 2 updates since from the Spatula Shack guy, who was the guy who initially he's apparently a box office insider. He's got a lot of things right in the past.
Right.
Hasn't got anything wrong as far as I know. Like he's pretty genuine. He's pretty legit. Now we don't know when this trailer's coming, so we don't know when we're going to see Jurassic World's trailer. That's the sad thing.
no,
It'll happen soon enough.
Other than The Hobbit, right?
yeah. And if it's going to be on The Hobbit, I just hope it premieres way earlier than that, like in November, like online.
Online, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think
hey,
everybody.
you know,
I think the fans, the natives, are definitely getting restless, man.
Yeah.
when I post anything about the trailer now, it's like ridiculous comments.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of emails I get, because, I mean, people still mistake our site for an official one, which is,
Yeah.
I feel honoured by that, but at the same time, it's sometimes hard to deal with emails where they're aggressive, violent, and people screaming about the
Right.
franchise and claiming, like, Colin Trevorrow is just an idiot. It's like, dude, you haven't seen the movie yet.
yeah,
Just stop emailing me.
I just love how many people like blame Colin.
Oh.
And it's horrible. Like it's not. It's like, what are you guys talking about? Like sometimes some of the things that people get mad. I'm like, what? Want to run that?
Yeah, they just don't really know how the industry works, and the fact that it's a studio that's running this film, and Colin was the
Right.
director. He doesn't have any.
Well, I mean, he
doubt
does.
He has much of it. He does, but I doubt he has much. Like, if the trailer got delayed, that's not Colin being like, "Wait, let's pull it and annoy the fans."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like,
There's reasons behind it. You know,
Yeah.
honestly, am I in the camp that thinks that they should have had footage out for Jurassic World sooner than this? Yeah, I do think they should have had a very vague teaser trailer earlier to build hype and awareness.
just like the Jurassic Park
Definitely.
3
Yeah.
teaser on the DVDs.
Yep.
In 99 or the year 2000, whenever they were released, it was just like a pan through a jungle, like a track. It just moves forward, and some lightning on. You hear the Spino.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
you know, and then it does. It just they slap the logo on there, and Jurassic Park 3 is coming. That's what they needed a couple of months ago for Jurassic World. Personally,
I agree. Yeah, Jurassic World right now, what it's getting is the typical big budget Hollywood blockbuster marketing. It's not really getting the marketing that a return to a franchise that's much adored, but it's been extinct for a while. It's not getting that level of like, oh, this big thing's finally coming back. This, really anticipated franchise is coming back from the dead. I think to do that, they should have started marketing it a little bit heavier, a little bit earlier. Keep it vague
Without a
early.
doubt.
Yeah, like not like big bombastic trailers early on. No, but
just something subtle.
Yeah.
Something through their Facebook or something through their YouTube. Just like a little trailer that just
Yeah.
reassures the audience that there is Jurassic World coming. You just got to wait.
exactly.
That's what people are annoyed. It really isn't that we haven't seen a trailer yet, because there's still time. It's that we haven't seen anything.
And when you know that like Star Wars is coming out next December, like not December of 2014, obviously December 2015, and you're hearing that there might be a trailer for it December 2015, and you're hearing there might be a trailer for Batman versus Superman in December 2014, and that movie doesn't come out until 2016. It's like
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
That's the hardest part, because you're sitting here watching all these other franchises get their trailers, get pics, get all this stuff, man, and it is like, I think it's just driving the Jurassic fan base nuts, because it's kind of when's it our turn, because all this stuff is happening either around the same time or months after, and you're just going, what is the deal? You know?
Yeah.
once again, Jurassic Park was a huge movie. I don't think I've ever met anyone who hasn't seen it, and this Jurassic Park 4 has been a long-awaited movie.
People know it's coming. Like, people, it's like that fourth Jurassic has always been a thing.
Yeah.
So people need to see a trailer or like a teaser or something that just shows them that it's right. Now it's called Jurassic World. It's coming back. It's going to be big. Like, they just need reassuring almost.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a shame that we haven't got anything yet. But I'm sort of on that. I'm with that group of people that believe when Universal do start marketing, it's going to be kick-ass.
Oh, I think it's going to be huge.
Dude.
But
it's like, when are you going to do that? Because how long is it? It's out, what? It's 1st November today. It's out a couple of 5, 6,
like 7 months. 7 months, I think.
7 months. Less than a year, and we've seen no footage. We've got a couple of pictures from the set, which are awesome pictures, but we've only got like 6.
I thought for sure we would get a dinosaur tease by now, like a close up of an animatronic's foot or something along those lines. Like I thought for sure that we would get like some sort of vague tease, like in line with his teases that he's posted on Twitter, but something a little bit more dinosaur related.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff Colin's posting on Twitter's fun.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's so infrequent. It's it's every couple of months, and it's hard to.
It's only for the fans that are already there. It's not gonna. It's not gonna raise awareness. Yep. It's. As a fan, like I desperately want to see the awareness raised for the general public because I really want Jurassic World to succeed. But it's going up against a lot of really big movies next year. It's going to be competing against the hype of Avengers and Star Wars. And I honestly think that they should have started earlier to put it in people's minds earlier. I have
no, without a doubt.
I have no doubt, though, that they have some big plans to make that happen. So I just think it probably could have been benefited from an early awareness teaser. That way, before the Avengers trailer hit, holy shit, they're making another Jurassic Park. Like
all we needed was some sounds over black, even just some sounds of something, rustling through trees, rain, some lightning, and then a Jurassic logo. And literally, that was all that was needed for like a tiny teaser, like a month or two ago. That would do, and we'd be screaming about that still.
Yeah, exactly.
With excitement, something as subtle as that.
Well, this is a little bit of a different thing, but I was thinking. If we do get a teaser trailer, or not a teaser trailer, but if we do get a trailer this in November, like towards the end of November, but it's not attached on a movie until late December, it's always possible the two trailers might be slightly different. So we get one online, and then the one that they have attached to the Hobbit, they'll be like, and go see the Hobbit for the exclusive IMAX trailer, and it has some scenes different. It's a little bit more catered towards the IMAX audience.
Happy with that. It would definitely make me pay for a ticket to the Hobbit.
Right.
Just for a couple of scenes that will see Chris Pratt from a slightly different angle. It's fine, man. I'll go see that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But, I think a couple of months ago, Sean, you made a really interesting point. We were talking about leaks with Jurassic World and how they're so minor compared to Star Wars and
Star
Batman.
Wars. I feel bad.
Yeah, man.
Wait! Don't talk about. I don't know the Star Wars spoiler.
No.
We won't talk about it.
The point was that Jurassic World's leaks have been so minor, but if there'd been an official picture released of a dinosaur from Jurassic World, I doubt that picture of the raptor would have leaked because no one would have cared. Because we would have already seen a dinosaur from the film. That was kind of a big leak for Jurassic.
The raptor
World.
was a big. The raptor was a really big
thing.
leak.
If we'd seen
and the pamphlet,
and the what the extras were posting on. Although that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
to see stuff like that.
I think the pamphlet wasn't too bad. I think that's something that you saw. It came out from like 7 different people in roughly the same time period. So they must have known that was probably. They were probably like, damn, it did leak. But they must have known in the back of their head. This is probably
you give 800. You give 800 extras a pamphlet.
Exactly.
Someone's going to try and sell it on eBay.
Right.
That's going to happen.
Yeah. And so, therefore, cool. I wonder if the information on there is, completely accurate. But.
Yeah, it might be placeholder, but to be fair, the dinosaurs probably sync up with the dinosaur placards that they have inside the visitor center. That doesn't, but it basically, they cover their own skin by saying these are some of the dinosaurs of Jurassic World. So if for some reason when they're doing the VFX for the movie, if they're like, you know what we need, and I don't know, insert random dinosaur here. If they're like,
that's the thing.
That way they cover their neck and they can just have something that's not on the brochure.
Let's move on to the poster.
I don't like the poster. No, I'm not a fan of it anymore.
Okay, all right. So when was it? Wednesday, 15th of October. I've got written down here. Colin posted Colin posted the official Jurassic World poster, and the first thing anyone who follows our site will notice is that the logo is ours.
Dude,
it looks so much.
It's like a spitting image of our logo, and there are a few minor differences, but you cannot You can't look at it and think, nah, it's just a coincidence. That's like the logo we've been using for a year.
That's why I don't like it. It's too much.
And it was designed by Christopher Bryan, who was really. It's like, go on.
just the beauty of it is that it showed up in France, and
yeah, we saw it
because it looks.
We saw it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we're like, oh no, they're using a fan logo. They're using our logo because
and I even tweeted them from our official our Jurassic account, and I said, really like that Jurassic World. Universal Pictures France are using our logo, haha, like as a joke, and they retweeted my tweet, and I was like, well, that's weird.
Yeah, it was just so funny because like we all looked at that, we're like, okay, that's our logo in black and white.
Cool.
And they also had that T-Rex head there, which was outsourced. You can buy that T-Rex head online. Like it's nothing to do with Jurassic Park. So we're like, okay, they needed something for their official party. They threw something together. That's what it is. And then this poster comes out, and we're like, oh. That's the real movie. That's we saw this and that's
it threw everyone off. That's for sure.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot like our logo. That's so close to our logo.
Dude, you put our logos side by side, and there's about 2 differences. The rest, even the shadows under the teeth of the Rex, everything is the
obviously
same.
the whole thing's been redone from scratch.
Yeah,
however,
but it's so. I mean, Chris Bryan is currently putting together just his like original one he designed, and then that we used. Next to this one, he's layering them on top of each other, and dude, right now,
really,
Chris I'm pretty sure he's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, if obviously our top fans, Universal, are listening right now, we're very honoured. Like, Chris is honoured. Everyone's like, really, it's cool,
fans.
right? Fine. Yeah. Oh no, they love us, man. They listen all the time.
They do.
They probably do have someone assigned to listen to these podcasts, and whether or not they have to have it taken down.
They probably have one of the guys who always tweets us asking like, when's our next podcast? Probably Universal.
Yeah, okay, well we have it penciled in for this day, so you're assigned to listen to it that day. Now, okay,
they gotta draw straws.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's really honourable.
I don't think. Okay, so obviously that logo is incredibly similar to ours, like basically the exact same thing, but in a black and silver tone. However, I don't think it was a purposeful on Universal's part to copy the logo. So,
no.
What probably happened is the artist that was assigned to design the logo saw our logo and didn't realize it was unofficial.
Wow, lazy bastard.
And built from
wow.
it.
Yeah.
Or the other option is the person had seen our logo quite a few times, but then when they went to build their own logo, they weren't necessarily meaning to think of our logo, but they kind of built from there. Maybe the direction from the studio was like, oh, well, we want it kind of like crumbling
3D.
Yeah, we want it 3D, and we want it crumbling rock, and well, what do you know? There's only so many ways. I mean, sure, it can come out looking way different, but the similarities are there. So, I mean,
at the end of the day, like, I know it's kind of biased, but I've always thought, out of all the sort of fan sites and logos that we got before the official one, I always thought, the one that Chris Bryan made and the one that we use, it is the best. It's fucking gorgeous to look at.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a fantastic logo.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of really glad that they've ended up, like, the official logo of the film is incredibly similar, if not exact, to us. And it's just, it further proves that Chris Bryan should be working under Universal. He should, he's a fantastic
that should be his
graphic
resume.
designer.
Yeah, he's a great graphic designer. He definitely should.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he should.
He
definitely...
made this a year before Universal made it,
and he made it. He made it like in a relatively short amount of time, also.
Yeah. He posted it to our... Well, basically, Chris ended up designing our website.
Yeah.
He posted it to our page, and I looked at it and thought, Jesus, that is fantastic. He had 2 versions, one underwater and one that wasn't underwater. And I got talking to Chris, and I said we were currently designing a new website, and he said, I put together a little design for you. And he sent me basically what we use now. And I said, I think I sent it to you guys, and I was like, boom,
yeah,
here's our website. Like, this is amazing. And literally, it was so quick. And then he sent me all the stuff. I cut it up. We got it coded, blah, blah, blah. And there we go. There's our website. And Chris Bryan's a hero.
We accidentally created a website that is in line with the film's promotional material, which is hilarious. I mean, it's
we don't have to change the logo.
It's
already up.
We accidentally ended up with the official promo, like basically the official
with
promotional
the official
look.
logo,
Now, the
I
question
like a spot of color though. I do.
I do like
Yeah.
I do like the Silvertone logo for what it is. I do. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's real classy and simple. However, with the 3D look, I'm not sure if it works as well. And same with the fog rendered in the background. I'm not sure if the silver look works as well.
It needs a bit of color. I think if we posted it on our Twitter and Facebook, our good friend Raptor Rex posted. He kind of had his own go. He took that poster and he added some ferns in the foreground, shadows of ferns, and he colored up the logo a bit. And he really did make it better.
Yeah, the silhouette of the ferns really made it work, because then it looks like you're looking at the logo like somewhere through. Yeah, and it had that classic Jurassic Park design where the ferns are just silhouettes, and they're subtle, you can barely see them, and then a little bit of color. And the reason why I think color is important for the Jurassic World promotional material is because this is the first movie to use blue in the logo, and yet and yet for some reason they backed out of color on the poster. And on top of that, this movie is about a brand new open park, and this poster doesn't look like that at all.
What happened to the silver, nice, clean logo? What about that? What happened to that one that they were using for a while?
This is the thing as well. I think that through Chris even said, like, it's a bit weird. You know, they've been filming using this kind of... Actually, it turned out looking nice, silver kind of...
The early one did not...
logo.
The early one I did not like. It was flat. It was flat
no
and
one
gray.
Liked that
flat and
logo.
gray.
It was horrible.
But then...
It was so monotone and just... Bleh.
But
the one that they started promoting at the... If you go down our page at the brand licensing stuff, you know, the one with the thick silver border. Yeah?
Yeah, it was silver and 3D.
The one,
subtly 3D, but 3D.
Yeah, that's the one that they supposedly used on the film set, and that's obviously the park logo.
And
it's kind of weird that now we've got this poster which it's a drastically different
dark
logo
brooding,
to the one they're using in the film.
Yeah, I guess, and it makes sense. I guess one's for
the font is different.
One's for marketing the film, and one's the logo inside the park. But I guess the weird thing for us is knowing that the logo for Jurassic Park, the logo for the film, and the logo inside the park were exactly the same. So it's weird seeing that disconnect.
Yeah, you've got to admit that's weird. Like, it is a weird thing to do. I'm not like annoyed by it or anything. I just they finally got to a stage where their logo was like, fans were like, yeah, that's a good looking logo. You know, it's silver, it's new, it's like, it looks fresh, the colors are popping, and then they released this awesome poster with a completely different logo. I think it's just thrown people off a little bit.
To be fair, I mean, I guess they wanted to show that this movie isn't all happy and sunshine. And they wanted to tease the mysterious nature of Jurassic Park with this new Jurassic World poster. And I guess that other logo would not have translated to that as well, which is why we ended up with something a little bit more gritty, which ultimately ended up looking like our logo. So that's probably why they dropped it. I still think a little bit of color could have worked. Although, once again, I do like the black and silver simplicity. Especially, imagine if they print that poster with some... for the highlights with some maybe like not holographic, like metallics,
man.
With some metallic inks, it could look really nice. So
well, if my Blu-ray of this film doesn't, you know, if the cover of the Blu-ray is not like popping and all out and dented and stuff, I'm gonna be unhappy, man. I want a proper textured Blu-ray.
Oh
case,
man,
you know, I want this.
Yeah, let's go.
Blu-rays, gross.
And I also. Wait, what the hell do you use, Asees?
Yo, digital copies, everything online.
Oh yeah, man. But for like a film like Jurassic World, you have to get it.
You gotta have it in your hand, man.
Yes. More often. Whatever. I mean, we're digital. Digital isn't bad, but we're not quite there yet for the majority of people.
I have to have a physical copy for a film that I love.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. But anyways, the poster, it's grown on me. I kind of go back and forth on it. I never disliked it, but I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, I found like I had a weird disconnect from it because it looks so similar to our logo. That like
exactly. That was it.
I couldn't accept it as an official poster because I'm like, I've been staring at this logo for the past year as a fan logo.
It's not new to us. It wasn't new.
Yeah, to us it wasn't new, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. Like, I like it. I really like it, but it's hard to just be like, it's new and it's the Jurassic World poster, because it's just we've had that poster, we've had that logo for a year or so now. It's just really weird to look at. Like, I don't know.
What if they change it for later posters, though? What if this is just like the teaser?
Oh, I think this definitely is the teaser logo. I think a later poster. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be as crazy as other movie posters, but I think we'll get a poster. I think we'll get a poster that's a little bit more than a logo. At some point.
I definitely don't want one of those cliched action movie posters where you've got all the characters, you know, Chris Pratt right at the front.
I don't think
behind.
I don't think we'll see anything like that. I'm thinking of something.
Colin has the right idea. Like, the first poster we got was the Mark Englert one, and that's just gorgeous. It's a piece of art.
Cool.
Yeah, that one is.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I have that. I mean, I have the limited edition, the big one from Comic-Con. It's gorgeous. I just got it framed and matted,
so
and
jealous.
It is beautiful. Oh man,
it is.
Also, if you do get that poster and you get it framed and matted, go for the frame size above its size because it'll fit better. But also, then it's a typical size for a movie poster, and you can put it side by side by other movie posters.
Oh, cool.
And it will
27 by 41.
Something like
Chris,
that.
Yeah.
Dude, and things you can't see on the because I have it also. You can't see on the internet is, dude. The Raptor has like highlights on it, and this if you
The
put
metallic
it in,
inks.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It's
Shit.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's fantastic, and the quality of it is awesome. I also have the I don't have it framed yet, but I have the Life Will Find a Way print from Mark, and I need to get that framed.
Oh,
Man, like I really
have
want
nothing.
That poster, man. I have nothing. Yeah, I didn't win it. Either.
dude, I had to bite the bullet.
I got lucky. I had helped someone out, and they helped me out.
Yeah, Sean, how did you get yours again?
I bought mine off eBay
Stole it
for
from
like
the Russell.
150. And it sucked too because Mark came out with that Life Finds a Way, which is just so Hawaii. I mean, you've got the koalas in the background and these T-Rexes on the ridge. Yeah, and I'm just like, Mark even was like, dude, I got a few extra, and I'm all, I just dropped like $200 on your other poster. I'm sorry, man.
I'm looking right now at these limited edition, the Mark Englerts, and it's £370 on eBay.
Oh,
Jesus.
It's just not, like, I just don't think, I don't know, I really think we deserve that we should have been able to buy that poster, do you know what I mean?
But that would have I get the idea of the limited run one for Comic-Con, which is too bad that the online variant wasn't something that you could buy, but that was significantly different enough so the Comic-Con one would still retain its value. But you never know. We might get something from Mark down the line. He might, they might say, hey, you know what? We want to sell one like art print that people can buy for Jurassic World officially. So you never know. We might see one eventually.
It's just hard knowing that like being such a huge fan, doing an interview with Mark Englert and stuff like that, and still haven't got one of those hung up on the wall, and I can't get one.
It's a matter of time.
I'll tell you what, get them now because it seems like the price went down a little bit now. And once that movie's out in theaters, I think the price will go back up on those.
Well, there's one here from San Diego Comic Con, and it's £187, so $300 for you guys. Do you know what? Like, I don't know if I have $200 to spend.
That's pricey. It's a fantastic poster, but
I know there's been some fakes going around on eBay.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So I'm not fully like committed to spending £200 and getting a fake that I wouldn't know if it was a fake.
Oh well, the screen prints you'll be able to tell. Like instantly, it's a thick paper. It's not like a poster. It's not like a real thin poster paper. It's like a thick, like somewhere between. And you can just tell the layers of the colors and plus the holographic inks, and it'll be hand numbered and things along those lines. Or is it printed? I don't know. Either way.
Yeah. Well, I think it's cool. I mean, I really liked that they did that, but at the same time, it was tough not being able to go to Comic-Con, not being in America for the competitions.
While I remember, I probably have an in already to New York Toy Fair in February.
Yay!
Oh, sick.
Oh.
So we're there. We go. We're
nice.
So
Hasbro's Jurassic World.
So once I figure out the tickets and everything like that, I will definitely let you guys know. But essentially, the way I'll do it is I'll go there. I'll bring a Wi-Fi broadcaster or whatever it takes, and as long as you're allowed to take pictures of the items there, I will take them, use the Jurassic Twitter, and post them directly on there and kind of get it before. Because the main sites, they get them up there pretty quickly, but I'll be able to prioritize the Jurassic items and get them up there really quickly.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, Chris. And we even have your business card still, remember?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Last time.
Hey, Jack,
right, we've talked the poster. Go on.
Oh, I'm just glad that London Comic Con didn't pan out for you.
Yeah, dude. I almost cancelled my work. I almost cancelled my shifts. I almost booked flights, and I was like, no, because what if they don't? Like, I'm not expecting them to show the trailer.
Yeah.
And it turns out they didn't anyway. So,
Yeah, man.
It was just bad luck because a film that I'm working on was there, had a big panel there. I was gonna go, but I didn't really. I needed the work back home, and
I mean, the poster was on the brochure, right?
Yeah, they posted the MCM posted the Jurassic World poster with their logo on it, and I messaged them really quickly. I was like, "So does this sort of mean Jurassic World's coming?" And they were like, "No, it just we get sponsored by companies." And I was like, that's incredibly misleading, but fair enough.
Honestly, though, because when Spatula Shack talked about the trailer delay, it sounded like it happened relatively last minute. I mean, it probably wasn't as last minute as his post, but it probably happened relatively last minute. They probably sponsored that logo on there way before the delay for the trailer happened, and there's probably a good chance it was meant to premiere online before that time. And they just probably kept the logo there because why change it at that point? So the idea was probably that was going to be Universal's big trailer to show at the film festival, but it was probably going to already be shown online anyways. And after they delayed the trailer, they probably just kept the logo there on the brochure.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, that's probably what it boils down to.
It makes sense that way.
I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't end up going because I would have been very disappointed in London. I would have been like, what a waste of money.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we've talked the news. There's not much else to talk. We are joined with Sean Real Tools Hawaii from the living legend in the Jurassic fandom. Dude, tell us everything. Tell us something cool.
Okay. It's funny. Jurassic World kind of found me at a weird time because, like, right now I'm getting emails from people that are just like, how can I go on a tour? I love your stuff and this and that. And it's kind of right now all in the development stage. So, I innocently, I got on the internet one day and I follow what's going on here and saw a horrid picture of the helipad. And I'm just going, gosh, man, I bet you I could totally get a better picture than what's out there. So I just grabbed my camera one day and ran out to Kualoa and managed to find it. I mean, it wasn't hard to see. It's up on a hillside above the freeway. And so I took some shots and posted them up on my page. And dude, next thing I know, I don't know how you guys found me. I think Josh Fitch found me first. And dude, you posted my page and it just blew up from there. And so it was kind of crazy.
I think I messaged you. Yeah, and I shared your page and I watched the likes go from, I don't know how many you had.
200, I think, to like 1,000.
Yeah. Jurassic fans loved it, man. I mean,
I
followed you for the entirety of filming, and yeah, you've got 2,317 likes now. It's brilliant.
It's pretty cool. So
people love that stuff.
Basically, after that, I mean, I spent a lot of time, crawling in bushes and taking pictures of what I could.
What a hero!
Spent a couple, probably about $100 on Kualoa Ranch tours to try and get a shot of that. I believe it's a gyrosphere station back there in the valley. It's kind of the hardest one to get to and see, but from what I know, it's still there. I think the paddock is still there. You can see that from the road. I mean, you can get out of your car and it's through the bushes. It's kind of amazing that they filmed it there because from what I understand, I mean, there was, the helicopter arrives in there and there's something that goes on, obviously, an escape. And I mean, it would be a trip to just be driving down the road and see these helicopter stunts and filming in the trees off the side of the road kind of thing. And it's what's going to be amazing, and I always love, and it's kind of one of my main motivating factors in doing this is seeing the end product. I mean, this thing is going to probably be blended into the jungle and be set back somewhere in the island and, look remote. And I'm totally curious how the helipad will be worked in. And, because from my perspective, it's just like they're there in plain sight. And so it's kind of cool to see how the movie magic end of it all, how they render these things and set them into these worlds. And it's amazing, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I bet it's got to be amazing. Because you live in paradise,
right?
You live where we see the mountains, and we see like just almost your backyard, and it's
Yeah.
like for us, I just think Jurassic Park, like it just screams the theme tune, and it's paradise, and it's it's that kind of thing, and you got to experience the fourth movie being filmed there. It's any fan and that's why people follow you, because they love the updates, and I don't think people really appreciate or understand anyway how hard some of the pictures were to get.
Yes.
And
yes.
what
I mean,
went
a lot
to
of
them.
Sure. And yeah, I unfortunately, you can't get into that, but it's like, for the helipad, it was pretty simple. I mean, you could walk down the beach and take some pictures through the trees and stuff. But yeah, some of the other stuff, I can't take credit for most of them. I would say maybe 20% are mine, but the beauty of it is once I got rolling, it became kind of a community effort. People would I'd wake up and my inbox would be like, hey, they're filming at the convention center, or hey, they're filming here, or I saw a set there, and they're over at Mackay Pier, and I'm just going, cool, man. And I typed some friends, and I'd be like, hey, do you mind if you run down to the convention center for me and take some pictures of the filming? And a friend of mine, Melissa, she's a stay-at-home mom. She grabbed her 3-year-old and ran out to the Mackay Pier and, took the best shots she could. It's a little nerve-wracking for some people, though, because, you're taking pictures of them filming this movie, and you don't know if security is going to come up to you or what's going to happen.
You don't want to step on any toes.
Right, exactly. But all these people, even the zoo, dude, I was so floored over the zoo. Even those were like cell phone pictures. My friend who lives across the street, she grabbed her dog and acted like she was walking through the zoo and, took those pictures. And I just am eternally grateful for her doing that. I mean, and to get those first days just was pretty epic.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was amazing. The first day that it actually went to film, and they were from the zoo, and everyone was really curious, like what was it going to be?
I can't wait to see like closer pictures to see what it looks like inside there, like closer and clearer pictures, or just in the film. Like I'm just so excited.
It was so
to see what
surreal.
It looks like.
It didn't feel real,
It is surreal, and I think it's really what's really different compared to Jurassic Park is that it's this park is obviously the park is open, and you've got hundreds, thousands of people, and you've got those banners everywhere, and this park has really become it's really advertised, and so there's signs everywhere, and it's I don't know, it's going to be crazy to see all that come together on screen.
Yeah, I'm really
and I mean
excited.
it's going to look great. I mean, people, it's going to be amazing from what we know and what we've seen, or at least I've even seen. It's cool on the pier because you can see in the video from the Today Show, there's like welcome banners all along the one side of the pier, and and I posted a picture the other day so that people could see. I mean, it is like this mountain range right in front of the pier. I mean, it's pretty dramatic entrance kind of thing, and so I'm curious again to see how it all kind of fits in.
Yeah, I really hope that they capture some of the the backdrops appropriately.
Yeah. And so no, but even at it's funny because Jack and I were talking about this the other day especially with the London Comic Con thing, but a lot of the filming, the only filming I ever witnessed myself was the helicopter pad, and I ran out there one night after work just crossing my fingers because I spent a lot of time. I mean, they never filmed anywhere near me. It was always at least an hour drive or something. And, we're doing this for love, dude. So it's like no payments, no nothing. It's all just for the fans. And, so the motivation there to sometimes, either get off work and run down, spend an hour in traffic to go to the convention center and stuff wasn't, necessarily like the thing I wanted to do, but no, but like I ran out. It was
worth doing.
It was exactly. It was great, and I mean, and that's why I do it. I love the fans' reactions. I love just seeing people get so excited for this film, and Universal. That's why I do it too. I mean, it's like these people, there's a fan base that are so excited. I mean, it's like kids on Christmas morning, and they just don't want to wait to open the present. They want to peek, and so. Real quick, I ran out to the Kualoa one night, and I just had my fingers crossed. I'm like, there's no way that they'll be there still. And so I ran down the beach because I could hear the helicopter and see it flying and doing circles. And found an opening in the trees, and I could not believe it. I mean, there they were. You had the cast up there, or whoever was up there. And the guy with the gun standing there, and and then this helicopter coming in on approach, and I'm just like, here's something I've watched since it was matchsticks on the side of a hill, and now it's like this living thing, and it was just cool. And so they did a few circles, and it looked like they were filming some approaches. And when they were finished, I started walking back down the beach, and all of a sudden, I could hear two helicopters kicking up, and I turned around and look up in the sky, and there's the Blue Hawaii film helicopter cruising by, and then all of a sudden, dude, the Jurassic Park looking helicopter, I actually couldn't see that it said engine on the side because of the way the sun was, behind the helicopter, but I just knew I had to grab my camera. That's why it's such a blurry shot. I just started shooting. I didn't care what I got. But then I got home,
man.
But it was cool. I watched these two things, the helicopters fly off back to Honolulu International. But I got home and, got it in Photoshop and lightened it up. And I was like, holy crap.
Dude, people went mad, and people doubted the image. They were like, "Nah, engine's not."
It was funny because when you posted it like you weren't sure if it was real or not, to kind of like remove yourself from it, if I remember correctly. So like even I was like, I figured that someone had just sent it into you, and you weren't sure of the authenticity or if it was from like the Lost World or something like that. So even I was like, it sort of looks like a Lost World chopper, so maybe it's from that. But when it turned out that it was like actually from Jurassic World, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then we saw like other vehicles with the InGen logo, and it was like, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
InGen's back.
And that's really exciting. You know what? Can we mention real quick? I'm a little bit bummed at the Jurassic World vehicles. They're a little bit tame for my tastes, especially because there's like no Jurassic World logo on them or anything like that.
Okay, I know what you mean, but I mean it's more modern to have like a crazy color.
Oh, I don't think that they should look. I don't think that they should have like necessarily the like the Ford Explorer type of paint job, which is like really loud and colorful. But I think they could have easily mixed in silver and blue a lot more on the Mercedes vehicles and used more blue. In it to kind of make it look slick yet pop a little bit, make it look like an actual vehicle made for the park.
The thing is, Chris, though, is that we don't know that those are the tour vehicles.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they are. I think the gyrosphere and the
gyrosphere and the monorail,
exactly.
I think, is the way that they tour.
Exactly.
Which I'm actually a little bit like. I'd love to go. Like I love the idea of going out on a Jeep and being that close. Like I like tour vehicles rather than like a tour monorail, but I think it's more security. Those vehicles are like park workers.
I still think they could have looked a little cooler. I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to when I'm going to buy a die cast of the vehicle, I wish it was a little bit more interesting. I think there are ways that they could have played it up and made it more unique while still looking very sleek, modern, and like streamlined. I think that they could have played it up a little bit more.
I get you, but they're still cool. Like I love those Mercedes vehicles, and obviously the 6x6 is just the best thing.
Yeah, and some of those military ones obviously aren't going to be anything special because I mean they literally look like they're flat out security. I'm talking about I think like what is it, the G wagon or the G class or whatever, the one that has like
G wagon,
that one I think still could have had a little bit more color on it, and maybe
it's a little bland for you.
It's a little bit bland. I think they could have put like maybe the T-Rex skull inside the circle type of logo, like the simplified, and thrown it on there. No,
that's there.
We don't know what's under the paper.
No, we do. We do.
It says engine. It doesn't.
No. It doesn't say. Hang on.
Just on the one car.
Because I got sent them all.
And I'll tell you a story real quick. No, it was pretty cool too. And I think a tourist took a picture of the film crew at Manoa Valley, and so a lot of this stuff I would find out where they're filming even on Instagram. So I ran up there and went to check it out. And I assume that it's going to be kind of where the boys and some ruins are of the old park, because it's just this thick jungle with an existing building that's kind of been shut down. It used to be a bird park or something. And they even filmed Lost down there where the polar bear cages are and things like that.
Yeah.
And even the temple where the smoke monster came from or whatever was built back in that section. And the Hunger Games too, where the monkeys attack them and stuff, was filmed down in there. But, I go down there, I'm checking it out and I'm looking around, and I come up over this kind of a hill parking lot thing, and I look, man, and to see that 6x6 sitting there with the G ride and the Sprinter van, and I'm just like, oh, dude. But and then another funny thing about the G class, I ran out to Kualoa again one night, and I think it was for Owen's cabin to see if I could see anything going on, because I knew they were filming, but I got there too late. So I'm driving back, and I saw that they had the trailer car, whatever, for the cars all loaded. And I'm driving home, and then all of a sudden, just perfect timing, the thing rolls up right next to me at the stoplight in traffic, and I'm going, are you kidding me? So I just got my cell phone out. I know. I just got my cell phone out and started clicking pictures outside my car window of the Jurassic Park G class sitting right next to me in traffic. I was just going, this is too unbelievable, man.
That's amazing. That's another thing. Since the vehicles leaked, I thought for sure we would have seen like a nice studio professionally taken picture of the vehicles shared like officially by now. It's a good tease. It's a good tease.
Nothing. It's a great tease because those vehicles look awesome, and even because we know the 6x6, they are ACU. There's animal control unit.
Yeah, exactly.
Those ones are those ones, and then the other ones are most likely like workers' vehicles, like sort of the gas-powered Jeeps.
Yeah, exactly. Staff vehicles. They probably run around. Yeah. They might refill the corn dogs at like one of the food stands. Used for numerous things.
Standard park workers,
but they're probably all multi-purpose. If something were to happen, you could take them off for just everything like that.
Exactly,
right.
A bit more secure as well. And then you've got those big green kind of InGen vehicles that look like they've come straight out of the
are we talking
World.
about the Textrons? Or there's also a Humvee, I think.
There's because we know the original Wrangler's going to be back, all screwed up, and then with that Wrangler image, remember we got that really cool image of like the super armored kind of
it was like the Textron, Jeep. And then we've seen a few different things. There's like the Mercedes 6x6, the Textron vehicle, which I think was I don't even remember, and then I think we also saw a Humvee at some point.
And you've got the buggies, don't
forget. On Kauai, the
little
those are for the cast,
golf cart type of vehicles, dune buggies.
Yeah, I think, but apparently,
the
golf buggies were apparently just for crew and
that's
cast.
Not that. I don't think that's true at all, because they had the exact same. They had the blue thing, the blue taping it up. They had numbers on them that were blue. They were definitely for the film.
No, they did.
They matched. They matched the art style entirely for all the other vehicles in the film.
Right.
Maybe cast and crew did use them to get around, but I'm sure they also used them.
Yeah.
We know that a scene took place in a golf course, right? Didn't they film in a golf course? They probably used them in the golf course.
Fair enough. Yeah, good point.
It's a big boy.
I'm just looking at the Textron now. Yeah. That vehicle is damn awesome. It's like a modern Lost World vehicle.
Man.
But then you've obviously got the other InGen vehicle, which is like a dated version. You know the one I'm talking about? The one you know the one I'm talking about. That big green.
I still think it's. Is it the Humvee that you're talking about? Big and green screams Humvee to me.
I don't know if it's a Humvee, but it's like...
Send it to me on Facebook.
Now, do you know what? Now I can't find the picture.
Oh.
That's what's happened. It's I was looking at it like 5 minutes ago.
Hey, did you find the logo? The one that you said wasn't just an InGen logo? You said it had a Jurassic Park T-Rex skull on it or whatever?
No, I think
I don't think that exists.
I might have been wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't think that exists.
No, I might have been wrong about that.
Yeah, I think all they have are numbers. I think some of them like literally have the letters JW and a number or something along those lines. But I think that's...
Yeah, because I'm looking now. I've got loads of pictures of the Jeeps, but they're all still covered up, whatever that logo under it is. I'm talking about the...
Is there not a Ford Explorer in this movie as well?
I can't find it now. That's what's happened.
I'm not sure.
There's a hot rumor, but we don't know.
And by hot,
I heard.
And by hot rumor, do you mean you know for a fact and you're saying rumor, or?
No, I don't know 100%, unfortunately. But
So the Ford Explorer, I wonder if we never saw it as a vehicle, because I wonder if they actually, if it was more of a set piece, like if it's turned upside down or something, like literally dilapidated, it couldn't drive.
That's what I want.
So it's more of a prop piece rather than an actual vehicle. Maybe some extras saw it, or I don't know. Or maybe it was just a rumor.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have just been people making it up because it makes sense for it to be in the movie.
You never know. I mean, I think Mark Englert's poster, while it's awesome, I think it kind of gave people hope that we'll be seeing, that original vehicle with the raptor eggs in it and stuff. When I interviewed Mark, he made that up himself.
Yeah.
That was just going with the theme of the movie. If you read our interview with him, he's like, hasn't come from the film or anything. That was just I just liked the idea of the kind of old park overlooking the new kind of construction. Like, it goes into a lot more detail than I'm saying, but
Yeah. Basically, he kind of he saw the concept art he said, and he saw that there were some ruins of the old park. He saw there was a lot of a new park, so he liked the idea of showing when the new park wasn't finished and showing like the old park still kind of looming there, like the shadow of the old park and everything along those lines. Yeah. And he talked about how I liked how he said how did he say that in your interview or did he say it on his own thing? But how he had the dinosaurs being transported in the background, and Colin suggested using the dinosaur cages from The Lost World to match that.
Oh yeah,
because originally he's had like ropes around them.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's super cool. That is. It's just like Colin. That's what reassures me that Colin's the right guy for the
he's
job.
A fan.
He's like a fan. If we were making this film and that had come up, we would have thought, wait, why don't we use the cages from Lost World? It's just like that's a fan thing to think.
Exactly.
So I think I do. The film's going to be loaded with Easter eggs and throwbacks and nostalgia stuff.
That could be problematic, though.
No. I think
not the way he's doing it.
See, that's the same thing I worry about with Star Wars 7. It's like it's going to be full of just like throwbacks and like it's going to be feeling like a greatest hits album. It's like
no,
the best
not at
of
all,
whatever
man.
came before. Nothing.
But you've seen. I don't understand that, because like what I've seen a lot of people do is anytime there's something familiar, they post about how it's too familiar and they rely too much on nostalgia, and then I see them go ahead and say the sets from the Today Show visit look nothing like Jurassic Park, and it doesn't remind them of Jurassic Park, and the D-Rex doesn't remind them of Jurassic Park, and this doesn't seem right.
That stuff,
so I know, but nobody can make up their damn mind. It's either too familiar or too different. Don't worry.
It's going in the right direction.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
It's not like fitting the words "I'll be back" into like a Terminator sequel in like a cheesy nod to it. Like, it's literally built on the ruins of the old park. So seeing some of those ruins still in existence make perfect sense.
Yeah, as long as it makes sense, I think people can't complain about it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, it's absolutely, and that's one of the things that I've wanted to see, and everyone's wanted to see since the first movie. Is like returning to the ruins. And the idea of having a new park there basically says, hey, it's about the new park, not the ruins of the old park, but don't worry, you'll get to see a little bit of it. It might just be a simple nod to it. It might play a bigger role. I don't think it plays a huge role. I have no idea, though. I'm just interested. I can't wait to see. I am so excited.
It's exciting, man. It is exciting.
I'm so excited.
And obviously, we have no idea what really went on in New Orleans.
Nothing.
There's going to be something amazing coming from New Orleans. They built something huge there.
Like, we know that they had an underwater director of photography, so we know they did some underwater filming. That we've heard bits and pieces of the sets, and we've seen some bits and pieces of the sets, and they just look fantastic. We know that they filmed now we recently know that they filmed in swamps of Louisiana.
Oh God, it's going to look so good.
And they also filmed in a zoo in New Orleans, or right outside New Orleans. So I mean, there is a lot going on there. I mean, I still wonder if they filmed any scenes in an aquarium or anything like that.
Oh, see, that's it, man. That we don't know what happened in those in those big NASA warehouse type buildings.
Exactly, and like apparently there were some really, really big sets, and they had quite a few of them. And
I just from what I've heard and what I've seen, I really think this movie's going to open up. It's going to be fantastic. But I've said this before in a previous blog. It's going to be massive. It's going to be bright. Everyone's going to be having a good time. And there's going to be little things, little things that happen that kind of tell the audience, this is going to go so wrong. little dinosaurs getting out, or a baby triceratops attacking a kid.
I
or
don't
something,
know.
You know, like little things.
What?
Like no, but like obviously, like that's what happens in movie. It's kind of premonition. It hints towards
yeah,
what's going to happen. But I think this park is going to be absolutely destroyed by the end of this film. Like ripped to shreds. I think it's going to be it for
Didn't
Jurassic
Chris
World.
Pratt say something like 27 pages into the script? There's little to laugh about after, like once
Yeah.
one of those lines. So
It turns to shit pretty fast.
I forget about that, and that is exciting, man. Like that's what I want. That's what I want in a Jurassic film. I want shit to hit the fan quickly, and I want to see some dark.
I don't
stuff.
want it to hit
Like, I
the
want it
fan
be
too
dark.
quickly because I still want to see dinosaurs before
Absolutely.
shit hits the fan. Because that's one of my
Yeah,
dreams,
but-
like Jurassic Park being real and just being able to see that park in operation for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I want it to slowly hit the fan, so it's like something kind of goes bad, but things are still okay, and then it's kind of snowballs.
Fair enough, man. I want it to be like as dark as The Lost World, if not darker. That's Jurassic Park to me is as dark as The Lost World. You know, it's that kind of jungle deep vibe where it's just like nothing. There's no way out kind of thing. I love that. And if it gets to that stage, I'll be so happy. And it seems like it's going to be getting to that stage.
I'm excited.
I have a question. Do you guys ever want to see Steven Spielberg direct another Jurassic Park movie?
I mean, I would love to see that happen. I don't think it'll ever happen.
Oh yeah, it's not going to happen. No.
If there was a chance for him to ever do it again, it was Jurassic World. Since it's not a numbered sequel, it's more of like a fresh start for the franchise. He's never going to, film the Lost Park Jurassic World or something like that. He's never going to do that. So he might still be involved. He might still have some story ideas and continue to executive produce. Would it be cool to see him do another Jurassic movie? Sure, but I mean, I'm excited to see what Colin does, and hopefully he kind of sticks with it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is something, Sean. I asked the guys the other day. So Colin's doing this one. Imagine Colin does this Jurassic World 2. Could you imagine if Joe Johnston does Jurassic World 3, and how the internet would go mad? Like, they would just be furious.
Be nuts, dude.
Like but I'd like him if that would ever happen, which I doubt it would. I'd love him to prove himself and make like the best Jurassic sequel that there was. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I like the guy.
Yeah. I think he's a good director. I still don't think that he's a good pick for Jurassic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Who'd be a good pick for Jurassic?
It's a tough thing to discuss because Asees loves Jurassic World.
I don't love it.
My favorite one of the sequels.
We're gonna get deep into this
Soon
with the Jurassic Park 3 podcast. So
Yeah. Sean, give us another story.
Let's see. You know what? Probably one of my favorite things that happened was they went to Kauai, and so I had this couple. It ends up being the couple that made this license plate for the the 6x6. But I get these inboxes, and they inbox me and they're like, "Hey, I love your page, blah blah blah," and we're on Kauai, and do you know where any of the stuff is here, from Jurassic Park? And I'm like, well, it just so happens that they're filming Jurassic World over there, and they had no idea. But they're such big fans that they brought decals with them and pimped out their rental Jeep, and I'm just going, wow, this is crazy. So, I sit there and go, well, from what I know, they're filming here, and they're also filming at Valley House, and here's the address, and, go see if you can find anything. So next thing I know, dude, the next day, they shoot me an email with pics, and then this brilliant video of them driving right into base camp, and doing a U-turn in there, and I'm just going, you are kidding me. And, it was just so great. I'm like, why didn't I think of this? I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Oh.
But they. So anyway, and then it's such a small world because I guess they're like at some food place grabbing a plate lunch the next day and run into like the security guard there or something like that, and he's like, "Hey, you guys were up at the film location yesterday, huh?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's all, yeah, we saw your Jeep drive through. We were a bit worried, but we saw you leave, so it was okay. But, it's just kind of so random that they ran into
How did they know it was them? How did they know it was them?
I have no idea. Dude, it's the only black Jeep on the island with the decals.
Okay. Oh, that's funny.
But that's funny. Like, it must have like general like film crew who are like in the camp and after a long day, and this Jeep drives in with the Jurassic logo on the side. They must just be like
brand new and black,
kind of like half-ass kind of. I don't know. Should we?
Like, is that us? And like.
Yeah,
and another one was the ferry. The ferry was actually pretty cool to see.
I'm surprised that more pictures didn't come out of that.
Dude, I know. Especially with it all dressed up and stuff.
That happened in sight of everyone, right? Like that when they're filming with like people on it.
Like,
when the hell did they film that? If it
was in the morning. That took place right in the heart of Honolulu Harbor. And Navitec is a dinner cruise. I mean, they just used one of the local dinner cruise boats and dressed it up. And they even docked it, from what I understand, at the dinner cruise dock and shot some scenes. And then, unfortunately, though, they were doing it first thing in the morning, like 6 or 7, and traffic was horrendous. And by the time I got out there, you guys saw the pictures. I mean, the boat was already out at sea. But it was sweet to see this helicopter come in, and spin around the boat and film it. And, it was just fun to watch that. That was the only other filming I got to ever watch too. So, the one regret I have is not heading down to the convention center. I think that was a missed opportunity on my part, because Ty was down there and Colin was down there, and they had the map in the lobby and all this green screen and stuff like that, and it just. I
mean, we got some good pictures from there.
Right,
we got some good stuff, and it's going to be really interesting to see that inside the Hawaii Convention Center. See it become something on the island of Nublar.
Exactly.
Totally.
It'll be really exciting.
Well, I ran down there, this past weekend I ran down there just to take some interior shots for my banners or whatever else. And, it's going to be fun to see how they transform that place. Because even upstairs, I mean, because it's a stand-in for the hotel. And upstairs looks like this grand hotel lobby and all these rooms and things like that. And so it'll be fun to see how they...
That was where Hilton Isla Nublar was, right? Yeah, they had the Hilton.
Yep.
They had the Hilton signs there. I think even in some of the pictures that went out, if you look really closely, you can see the Hilton logo in some of the pictures.
Yeah.
As well as I'm trying to think. Was there anything? I think there were signs that said monorail or something along those lines.
Yes.
So it had a lot of things all tied together. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, there was big green screens outside of it.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah.
And it was supposedly a monorail station, right?
Or like
and they had
monorail docks into the hotel.
Right. Yeah, it was outside, like, and I remember you could see the signs like stop 1, stop 2, stop 3, or something like that.
Yeah. And I guess they even had green benching, so that entire monorail thing is going to be all CGI. I mean,
interesting. So they had benching for people to sit on, but they're going to make the benching look like different.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they can't build a practical monorail.
Right.
I mean,
I'm sure some. Yeah,
they probably filmed
maybe
inside one somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
Like inside, like they did with Godzilla when you got that. You saw the video of them filming inside that monorail that they had on a rig that tips upside down.
Oh yeah, you know what? Didn't they? They probably had one on a rig as well as. Didn't they film it at some airports? At a point, I mean, it's always possible that, most airports have like a monorail type of system that moves you from one section to another section. They also might have filmed inside of one of those at a point without us knowing.
Yeah, maybe actually, you could be right there. I guess we'll find out. I mean, that's the exciting thing as well. And I think this was the first Jurassic movie that was made with social media. It wasn't made with social media. I mean, it was made and we had social media. So all the fans got to share things, not just through websites, through Instagram, through Twitter, and that's what they were lucky with leaks. There weren't many, but there were some good ones.
Not only that, I mean,
there were some bigger.
To be honest,
story leaks.
I think, there were big story leaks, but I think, for the most part, I think we've been pretty responsible with the information we've been given. I mean, spend hours on Instagram and Twitter and all that. And I mean, I found some pretty cool pictures, but they can't be out there.
Yeah, I think things that might have had to do with a certain paddock and things along those lines.
Yeah.
When it's not like we're the kind of people that want to be like, oh, we've got so much stuff that we can't show you, but there's a lot that we get sent by people who are the same type of fans as everyone listening.
Right.
They're just fans and they happen to stumble upon something.
Right.
But we have to choose sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's just
because
like
it could ruin someone's career.
Well, and
it could do this. It
could
do
spoil.
that.
It's just
And if you want to spend hours on Instagram searching through millions of selfies, I mean, that's really what it boils to find that one diamond in the rough. I mean, people have no idea. I guess we serve it up quite nicely, but
definitely.
There's a lot out there.
And I think at this point there's been a lot of smaller leaks, but at this point it's starting to get to that level where there's so many small ones out there that it kind of is a little bit more. So it's easier to just kind of be like, you know what, let's just not put this on the page, because at this point it's getting it's becoming too much. And knowing that the trailer's coming out soon, it's just kind of like a delegation, a way to kind of...
Yeah, we debate everything we put up now, and the trailer was or is so close that that's the next big thing, unless
it's coming.
Huge. It is coming, and we don't know when,
Mm-hmm.
but it's supposedly this year.
Oh, I found Jurassic World's Vine. They do have an official Vine set up.
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, there's nothing posted on it, and it's still got the Jurassic Park 3D logo, but it is their official Vine. It's got a little verified symbol next to it.
Who knows? This is exciting.
Yeah, very, very.
But yeah, I mean, if there's anything else you want to tell us from Hawaii, Sean,
do you have any questions? Gosh.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now that it's come to it, we're like, I can't think.
You know what? I'm actually very kind of surprised at at the minimal amount of pictures that have shown up on the net, because Kualoa Ranch is a very active tourist attraction. I mean, you've got hundreds of people going through there a day on ATV rides, and the ATV ride goes right past some of the sets. And I've just been like, wow, I'm really amazed. I mean, I check religiously every day, and I'm just like, seriously, I guess. And you really find out that people's tour pics kind of are horrid.
They never
I've watched. No, it's always, the set is always just to the right or just to the left out of
I know, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Or
someone just go there with a GoPro, damn it.
Right? And even the helicopter footage, I've watched so many people's helicopter tours, and I'm just like, seriously, what is up? I guess, but people just aren't as focused on it as we are, and as excited. I don't know. But...
You know what? Can we do something?
On.
I want to talk about a little bit, like, this is kind of touch on something that's happened in the past, where a lot of people think that set deconstruction is something unique to Jurassic World, or it's something that's like, it's some sort of big conspiracy. Can we talk about how that's completely normal with any movie? Just kind of like let's dispel that myth right now that it's some sort of giant conspiracy.
It's very normal. I mean, it's here they lost, for a good example. I mean, they would build and tear stuff down all the time. I mean, cool stuff. And that's the other mind-blowing thing about movie making, is they dump all this money into these elaborate sets. It's like New Orleans, man. I think somebody, got into Six Flags a few weeks after filming ended there, and it was already gone. I mean, the person was like, oh yeah, the parking lot was empty, and I'm thinking, what, they start bulldozing like the day after? I mean, it's insane, but that's just how it works,
ridiculous
man.
To think, but
it's
just the industry.
Yeah,
that's
it
how
is.
And they don't own the property.
And it stops.
It's not
right.
No, they can't leave sets in there indefinitely. Like, they can't.
Yeah.
It's not
and
Zombieland
will be there next week.
Yeah, it's like they have a certain allotted amount of time, and they don't own the property. Just sets go up and they come down. There's only a certain amount of time they can stay in these locations.
Yeah.
It's not like
Colin,
I've read some of the comments
is not
where people
personally having these sets demolished for
Destroyed,
secrecy event. Yeah, it's not some sort of weird paranoia. It's movie making. I mean.
Like Colin's not editing; he's in Hawaii, and he's got a bulldozer.
he's personally taking down the helicopter set himself, just to spite the fans.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super surprised at how long those sets have stayed up here, though. You know, I mean, the helicopter pad I think they're finally brushing that away, but I'm hoping
some is still up, Sean, right?
Right. There's a few structures still up, and I'm really hoping, the paddock is left, because I know Kualoa just lost one of kind of its flagship sets from Journey to the Center of the Earth or something like that. Just because, I mean, the other thing about sets is these are budget buildings. I mean, they're made for whatever they need them, a few weeks to shoot at. They're facades, and but I am hoping that the ranch is kind of for monetary purposes. I mean, could you imagine the draw if they kept some of that stuff?
They managed to keep the paddock. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I can see the ranch saying, hey, is it possible if you leave the paddock up because it's really cool and eventually we can have tours there, once it's public knowledge or anything like that.
Or run...
we have to think, go on, Sean, go on.
Oh, no, run obstacle courses through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
And we still didn't get amazing pictures from that, which still blows my mind. Like, the pictures were still vague and few and far in between.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have been there, taking pictures of every little detail, but that's just for me. I would have loved to be able to see that and remember that and relive that.
Definitely. Right. I think one thing we also have to factor in is that there is obviously going to be a sequel. It's a massive studio film. It's going to be a sequel. Yeah. We don't know at this point. We've not seen the movie, so we don't know where the sequel could go. We don't know what happens to the island, to the park. But you've got to think maybe they're leaving a specific setup because maybe that's an important factor in the next movie.
Don't think so. They would just rebuild the set. It makes more sense just to rebuild the set because there's no way that they would be like, hey, can we rent this location? There's no way they'd be like, hey, can we rent this location for you for the entire indefinite future because we might use it as a sequel? That would never happen. I don't think that's why it's still there. Maybe it's still there in case they want to film a pickup there. Maybe they want to film some marketing. Maybe they want to do some promo pictures there. Maybe they, there's a few different reasons why. Or it just could be...
No, but if it's on the ranch, and there's the option to keep it up or keep it down, it's that kind of thing, like you said, with virals, or would they go back, would they stay? Who knows kind of thing.
I think...
maybe it plays a factor.
I think that rebuilding the paddock would be way easier than rebuilding the Main Street set from New Orleans. And I think if any set ever was going to be fought to be kept up, it would have been that giant Main Street set. I think that if anything would have been, really nice to be able to keep up, would have been that one. Because, I mean, the paddock set, it's a paddock in the woods.
Right.
That's a future movie right there, Paddock in the Woods.
What's amazing, too...
Yeah.
But even with pickups, I mean, I know just from seeing here, it's like Hunger Games came here in November. They filmed for probably 4-5 weeks. And then almost a year later to the day, they came back and did pickups for 2 weeks. I mean, so you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, pickups definitely happen. It's not always... What's worrying is when you've got big reshoots happening on a film. That's usually a big worry, but pickups are a normal thing. Pickups are always something that's usually going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of leads into something we did forget to speak about at the start.
Yeah, I mean, so speaking of pickups... we're not going to go exactly into the details of it because Universal had the website to take it down, but we're just going to kind of breeze over it. Recently, they were filming a scene. Most people probably know what we're talking about, or at least as far as we know, it was recently. But they were filming.
I thought it was a cannibal movie or something.
Well, yeah, I was told. It was told a couple of times it was Wrong Turn 5.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
And
which is obviously I've never seen that movie, and I wasn't planning on buying the DVD.
Exactly.
To prove it, but I was told that. Yeah, the whole...
And the title of the movie was brilliant, too. Wrong Turn, which is what they were kind of trying
Yeah.
to suicide.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were filming in the Redwoods in California very recently. A video leaked out, very short video from behind the scenes. And to note, I didn't recognize any of the crew. Like, I didn't see Colin or anything in it, so it looked like a B unit, like possibly like a unit.
Definitely.
Maybe
Splinter.
Yeah, exactly, a splinter unit. Maybe they're doing it. Maybe they're doing a pickup shot. Like maybe they're augmenting a shot that they have in the movie. They're like, you know what, this would work really, a lot better if we just had this one scene establishing it. Maybe they're filming a scene they didn't have the budget for, or maybe they're just filming something for the marketing. Either way, it seemed like they filmed something small in California recently in the Redwoods, which was pretty cool.
And people remember that location from
Exactly.
World. It's very Isla Sorna.
These tall forest-like trees, beautiful, beautiful location, ferns. It can mesh fairly well with the Hawaiian jungle if you transitioned it correctly. But, it's really cool. It could be the internal of some sort of paddock. Maybe they have different paddocks. Someone was suggesting that maybe certain paddocks are actually built with the actual animal's habitat. So
Yeah.
For what they believe, so like
that would have been very natural for the Cretaceous period North America, like Tyrannosaurus Rex, Triceratops.
Yeah, so it is a very interesting point, and obviously the video got people talking and that. But at this point, we don't know. We
won't talk about the content of the video. I mean, if you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't, I mean,
you're not missing much.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, it was definitely another interesting thing to wake up to.
Yeah.
Like,
I honestly
was like, what?
When I saw it, I was like, this has to be Jurassic World, but it can't be Jurassic World. Well, it was Jurassic World.
Yeah, I think we all thought that.
Yeah.
Like it was like weird. You're watching, you're like, and like, I obviously didn't retweet it because I realized that if it was Jurassic World, it was a bigger leak and a bit of a bigger. It was just like, I'm like, I handled that all via direct messages, basically. Like, I was just like kind of like the person who found it. I'm like, where'd you find this? Give me the story here. And it was like, it's just kind of weird. It ended up on Tumblr, but I don't know. So pick up.
Sure.
It was an interesting one. I think it was fun to see, and you got to expect things like that because there isn't like and the way that like sort of the fans react and everyone jumps all over it and posting it as quickly as they can, kind of thing, is really is down to the fact that we still have nothing official. Like,
right.
We haven't got a trailer. We haven't got. It all comes down to it. If there was a trailer, a little video like that wouldn't get the time of day.
Yeah, I mean, it would. It would. Don't get me wrong, and it would probably still get takedown notices
between the fans,
but it wouldn't go as crazy viral like as it does.
No, exactly.
It actually, I mean, surprisingly stayed pretty contained, but
yeah, this one, it got noticed by the right people apparently because
right.
you got hit with a takedown request pretty quickly, correct?
Correct, yeah.
So, I mean, I think we've talked about in the past publicly about being hit with. Us ourselves have talked about being requested to take things down, and they never said like you can't say that. I mean,
well, and like I mean, it just shows to them, right? It shows to them that we're not some guys who are weekend warriors trying to undermine their movie. I mean, I really respect what they're doing, and if they write me, then I'm gonna oblige.
And at this point, we've been taking it a little bit more seriously because for the longest time, Universal didn't seem to care about the leaks. I mean, there were pictures of vehicles and concept art and script pages of Hamada and everything like that, and they never said a word. So we're like, okay, I guess that's really not that big of a deal. But now they're kind of with every little thing. They're like, "Hey, you know what? Can you take that down?" We're like, "Sure, yeah." And it's been making us reconsider pretty severely, like what we post and what we don't post. We're trying to take.
We respect them, and they're making a movie that we're gonna love and that we've been waiting for so long. We do respect them, but at the same time, it's we're just trying to bring people news.
Yeah,
there isn't a real trailer yet.
So. Yeah, it is one of those things. Like people come to our website, they want us to cover the news. So it's like this weird thing. It's like, how do we cover it and yet not cover it? It's just like kind of like this constant thing. Because then we've got people like, yo, what's up? This thing went nuts all over the internet. Why didn't you guys talk about it? It's like, we're trying. It's complicated, but we're really trying to, keep the site on top of everything while
Making
also possibly omitting some of the bigger spoilers. Because honestly, it's not just about making Universal happy, but it is. But it's also, it's like, I don't want everyone to be spoiled. If we post every little thing on our website, people who come to our website are just going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to read that. So it's getting to that point where we need to start, being a little bit, very selective about that.
And we have been. We discuss everything before we post it. None of us just jumps.
Yeah,
onto a
much
post.
more severely now.
We discuss everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really, we do have a mini debate about it. If there's been a leak, we really discuss all options, and then sometimes it's just okay. We'll just tweet this one, or we won't make it mainstream on our website or something. We'll just share it as a tweet.
Yeah,
because it does some things, but at the same time,
I mean,
it seems like now. The website is waiting. Our website, like the next post, is like waiting to be the trailer.
Yeah, it's like our next post is
It's
like we need something official to post about. Like, come on, like we need something here. I was really hoping that we would get another Colin Trevorrow Twitter picture tease for Halloween.
Derek Connolly, kind of.
Yes, sort of. I mean, he was just a picture of someone who was in Jurassic World. He posted their Halloween costume. I was hoping that we would get like a picture of like, I don't know, like that bloody handprint picture on that like animal
Best
control unit ambulance.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I was hoping that we would get something like that for Halloween, but we didn't.
Okay.
And honestly, I mean, they're probably preparing for the trailer and the marketing campaign. They're probably pretty deep into it because, I mean, it might feel like a while for us, but December is really close, and they're probably ironing out every little detail of exactly how they're going to do the rollout, and they're probably preparing exactly what they show. How they're probably really deep and they're definitely watching fans right now. They know that fans are deeply anticipating things. They're probably trying to find a way to make it fun and enjoyable for fans. Like find a way to kind of make it a really cool experience for everybody. So they're probably trying to really.
And so something we really do think something big is coming. It's going to be.
Definitely. I mean, I that's the thing. The waiting part is the hardest part, but it's like just the little things from the Legos to the stockings to underwear to, you know what I mean? And we haven't really got anything solid from Islands of Adventure, but dude, I think it's going to look just like the movie. They're going to have it all decked out, Jurassic World.
No, they did postpone those plans. Like I can tell you like 100%, like all of the Orlando United insiders are all saying the same thing. They're like, there was something big on the tables for Jurassic Park, but the King Kong ride overtook it, and Jurassic Park's on hold.
We've talked about this before, and go on.
Oh no, I'm just talking about the existing like area, I guess you could say. I mean,
they might.
I think a hint of.
I think they'll polish it up a little bit and do some advertising. I don't think it's going to be as heavy. There's a point that they actually, Kids Kingdom or whatever. What's it called? Is it
What?
Whatever the hell it's called, where the Jurassic Playground
Discovery.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like where the kids play or whatever.
Oh,
in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was like I don't know. It's called something. But there's a point where the people were saying, and this is before the petting zoo rumor for Jurassic World cropped up, and they're like, yeah, there's going to be a petting zoo in there with baby dinosaurs that are animatronic for like kids to like ride on and everything like that. And that was like Islands of Adventure. And like after that rumor for Jurassic World hit, I'm like, oh my god, they're building the Gentle Giants petting zoo from Jurassic World at Islands of Adventure, and that's off the table for now. But
but it's going to come, and it's going to be bigger and better.
Well, it can't be bigger and better because King Kong took their King Kong took their expansion.
Whatever it's going to be is going to be.
Yeah, it will be
because it's now going to be even more to do with the movie.
Actually, real quick, speaking of fun things, Toys R Us continuously is updating their system and getting more products listed in it, and they have some Jurassic World diecast vehicles listed.
Oh, cool!
I had this posted on JP Toys, so I'll tell you what the listings are right now. And this is something that anybody, you can walk into any Toys R Us and ask them to search up these item numbers. They're there publicly. These aren't leaks or anything like that. These are in the systems, in the public information part of the system. Just so we're clear on that. Jurassic World 143rd diecast, Jurassic World 124th diecast, Jurassic World Jeep RC, Jurassic World Feature diecast, and Jurassic World Long Hauler.
Oh yeah! Can't wait.
And the prices right now are really low. The 143rd is $5.99. The 124th is $14.99. The RC is $20.
Right?
The featured the featured vehicle, whatever that is, the featured diecast is $10, and then the long hauler is $12.99.
Dude, the long hauler sounds sick,
man.
It sounds like what those big dinosaur transforming. I can't wait for the diecast one because we never got Jurassic Park diecast.
I know we never did.
Oh, really?
What was that? Those vehicles are so iconic.
Wait a second.
Buy Back to the Future. You can buy Ghostbusters vehicles. You can't buy them.
Yeah, these are by Jada
Die
Toys.
Cast.
Have you seen Jada's items before? They're fantastic. I have
Jada.
the really big Jada Warthog from Halo, and it's beautiful. It's a really nice item.
Yeah, Jada are a fantastic company, and they were pretty good. Like when they got announced, we tweeted them, and they tweeted back, and they were really excited. They're really excited to show their stuff.
That makes us even
They
more
just
excited,
obviously
too,
can't.
Yeah, and the Lego. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Lego items aren't in the system yet for Jurassic World at Toys R Us. I mean, have we talked about the toys in the past?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we talked about like the
I already
Brawlosaurs and everything like that. Okay.
Oh yeah, we had a whole podcast.
Did
based on
I
it.
say?
Remember T-Rex
Did I tell
Takeover?
you that there was a rumor that was told to me? I think it was the Brawlosaurs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Brawlosaurs. Are you familiar with like Skylanders or Angry Birds?
I know where you're
pods or
going with
whatever,
this,
where,
and I'm
like,
getting
there's
upset. Like I want to break something now.
So I heard that there's a rumor that the toys might come with something also in them that like you'll be able to scan into like a cell phone game or something like that. So
Really?
the toys aren't. I heard that there's a rumor that there might be like a dinosaur battling game that ties into the toys.
Yeah, I remember you saying about this. Yeah,
I don't remember.
Do you remember
I had
Scan
that.
Command?
Yeah, oh my god, I love Scan Command. I would walk down to the store with my scanner, even though you could only get like 6 scans at a time. I would walk down the store, scan 6 items, walk like half a mile up my hill, dump them into the game, walk back down to the store. The people in the store were like, "What the hell are you doing?" Yeah, my cousin and I would do that all the time. It was like our summer exercise as well as like playing this game. It was just so fun. So I'm excited for that because honestly, I think I would have ate up Angry Birds, especially if like Angry Birds was Pokemon mixed together when I was younger. Oh my god, I would have died for that. So I'm kind of excited to see if they do something really cool like that for the Jurassic World toys.
Yeah,
Which
I'm sure they will.
If
I'm
you
sure
remember,
they
the
will.
Jurassic Park 2009 toy line actually was meant to have an online component, and it never got launched after they decided they weren't going forward with the continuation of the line. And all the dinosaurs had like power levels on their boxes, and it was pretty much all but confirmed from people I talked to that there was going to be a battling minigame on the website that you can like say, "Oh, I own this dinosaur," and then you'd be able to fight them together. Because they were called battle packs. The canceled Dino Showdowns, they were called Battle Packs, and now they're called Dino Showdowns when we got the Pachyrhino and the Allosaurus.
Those little packs of 2 dinosaurs in them.
Yeah, everything was about battling. If you look at all the 2009 toys on the packaging, they all have power levels. It was like attack, health. Yeah, it was like attack, health, and a few other things. And it's because they actually had a website plan. Like, if you went to the back of the box, it said, visit Hasbro.com/Jurassic Park. And that website never went live. I had talked to Hasbro myself, and at that point, they were a lot more candid about Jurassic Park items. And they're like, yeah, we have a big website plan. It's not just going to be, like, it's going to be a big thing. And eventually, they're like, you know what? That ended up falling through. Like, they're really candid about it. But
It's going to happen, though. It's going to happen for Jurassic World, and Hasbro's going to go mad with it. And I'm excited to see all that. You know, the merchandising for Jurassic Park has always been, well, in the past 10 years has been nothing, but it would be exciting to see it again on the show.
okay, here, I'm looking at the packaging right now. It's like Velociraptor. Its power is 5, its intelligence is 10, its speed is 9, and its special is Claw Slash. And each of the dinosaurs had these designated power levels and special attacks and everything like that. And essentially, it was what it was going to be. It was a dinosaur battling game on the internet, which sounded really cool. It might have even been an app for the phones. It's hard to say. But either way, it seemed like a really cool idea. And I think they're probably going to take it to the next level with the Jurassic World items.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped for that, to be honest with you. Like, I really am. And I really can't wait to see the items that they're doing, because I love that Pachyrhinosaurus and that Allosaurus. Like, the level of detail they put into those toys was fantastic. Like, they look so nice. The paint jobs were a bit cartoony, but if you would take those toys and give them a really nice, authentic, movie accurate paint job, they would. Oh man, they're fantastic.
For sure.
See, this is what I love. Okay, before, I mean, I'm a casual fan, but this stuff is just awesome to me. I mean, even with the poster and the font, I'm just like, you know, trying to wrap my mind around. Well, what's the big deal? But the fans have been so great. I just have kind of been thrown into this thing, and I love you guys, man. It's like, this is Universal. You guys have such a great group of people who love this film and are just really excited about this film. And I mean, just even the toys and just whether Malcolm's book is on that desk or not. I mean, it's,
exactly.
It's like, oh my gosh, the excitement is really great to see, and
it's palpable.
It's kind of what's I mean, and it's what's motivated me. I mean, my weekends, I'd love to be at the beach, but some weekends I spent down at Cool Ranch, and it's like it's just really cool, and I can't even wait for the trailer. I can't wait to see just the buzz and the internet blow up, and see how people react, and see how many people think it sucks, and see how many people think it's great, and just even for the movie. I wish we all could just get together and watch this movie, because I've never been this involved. This involved.
It needs to happen. It really.
Actually,
really
I was
happen.
thinking about talking about this at some point. We should think. I mean, a lot of these other big franchises have like fan conventions. I think something happened in Europe recently, but I was like,
well, there's Jurassic.
Yeah, I was thinking that we should try to get something going at some point. Like not now, but down the line eventually.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it's. I'm definitely, obviously, Universal is still listening. I'm looking forward to my invitation to the red carpet premiere. I think we all are.
And please forgive me and invite me, please.
But that's really nice, Sean. Thank you for saying that, and thank you for coming on the podcast. Like I pretty much speak from every fan. What you've done and the way that you've followed Jurassic World in Hawaii has just been fantastic. Like we wouldn't have seen it otherwise, and it just builds hype. It doesn't spoil the film; it builds hype.
Right.
Seeing a little structure with some tiny, men like that you can barely see, it's just exciting. It's like it's something happening. We haven't seen that for like 12 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And now it's happening, and to see that it's being filmed is just fantastic, and it's excited everyone. When I see a new picture, when I wake up and I see that you've posted a picture that I haven't seen before, I get excited, man. I'm like,
Jurassic
World,
Park 4 is happening. How can I?
So long,
it's like so weird to. I've been waiting for that for so long. I mean,
it's absolutely nuts. So thank you, Sean.
Yeah, no problem.
I think it's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's been a great podcast. It's been fantastic having you on.
It's been a blast.
We're
gonna do it again.
Appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate you getting up early and
you started. You got on our podcast at what 6:30 in the morning for you.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, just the logistics of making this happen. Me and Jack have been planning this for a week, but now it's global.
Yeah.
We went halfway around the world, guys.
Yeah, we did it.
Yep,
it worked.
It was our first podcast with a guest, and we did it. And he's 10 hours behind me. You're 10 hours behind me, Sean. It's a worldwide podcast.
Yeah, it's difficult getting all our time zones to sync. That's for sure.
No,
you definitely, but we did it.
We did it,
and it was a great podcast.
Yep.
And on a last point, I'd just like to know, it's obviously, guys, JurassicFangear.com. You got to check that website out.
They have such awesome. They have really really cool things.
Yeah, and he's a fantastic guy. His name's Jonathan. He's an absolutely fantastic guy, and he's just selling some amazing stuff. So just check that out. They sponsor us. They send us some freebies, and can't comprehend how amazing.
I still need to get around to posting some pictures on Twitter, because they really are cool looking. Yeah. Like definitely worth seeing. Like rather than just like I'll post them next to some other Jurassic World things and. You can, I don't know. They're really cool. Yeah. I like it a lot.
But it's exciting. So check that out. Check out our website, Twitter, and Facebook for news, and obviously follow Real Tours Hawaii on Facebook if you're not already.
And chime in on our forums.
Crazy if you're not.
They've recently seen a big overhaul. There's a lot more activity, and there's a lot to discuss there.
Yeah, we've just expanded our forums, so check that out, everyone. Join the discussion.
Yeah. Also, if you're coming out this way. Drop me a line, man. Inbox me. I'll help you any way we can. Some guy just came out here from Australia, and I helped him have a great time here. So,
man, that's epic.
Before we, once we wrap this, I've got a question for you before you get off the line.
Sure.
Okay. All right. I think we're good to wrap. Let's. Thanks again for listening, guys. This is our 10th episode, and you clearly love the podcast, and we love you. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll see you hopefully next time we will be discussing the trailer.
Yeah. Or something cool.
Until then, thanks very much for listening, and thanks a lot, Sean. It's been great to speak to you.
Aloha. See you. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.